In periods of severe market stress, historical support levels frequently shatter without warning. Right now, the Nasdaq Composite Index is exhibiting severe structural headwinds. We are seeing broad, systematic breakdown behavior across the tech sector. Within that broader weakness, individual assets are experiencing extreme localized shocks. SK Hynix, for example, recently suffered a brutal negative 9.32% gap down at the open. Traders looking at this kind of market action face an immediate problem, differentiating between a temporary, localized dip and a full structural collapse. You have to know whether you are stepping in to buy a discount or attempting to catch a falling knife. Surviving this environment requires synthesizing data across multiple timeframes. By combining broad market data with localized asset momentum, we can separate the true structural direction of the market from temporary periods of price discovery. To solve this problem, we apply a strict top-down analytical framework. We start by assessing the overarching macro environment to establish our baseline bias. The daily chart of the Nasdaq dictates the absolute overarching rules of engagement. If the macro trend is broken, bullish setups carry extreme systemic risk. Once we establish that macro bias, we drop down to lower timeframes on individual assets like SK Hynix to map out the specific structural damage. To read these charts accurately, we layer specific technical tools. We use Bollinger Bands to map the boundaries of volatility, and momentum oscillators like the MACD and KDJ to measure the underlying thrust of the price action. Isolated indicators frequently generate false signals. Only by layering volatility constraints directly over momentum data across multiple timeframes can we reveal the true mechanical state of the market. This is the daily chart for the Nasdaq Composite. We start here to establish the macro reality. The price action shows a definitive breakdown. The index has completely failed to hold its short-term moving average support, slicing straight through the 25,873 level. Losing these specific daily moving averages is a critical structural failure. Institutional trend-following algorithms rely on these levels to maintain long exposure. When they break, the institutional bias shifts to distribution. We can validate this price breakdown by examining the momentum data in the lower panel. Notice the expanding negative green bars on the MACD histogram. They are growing larger with each session, confirming that downside momentum is actively accelerating rather than slowing down. This expanding daily negative momentum creates a hostile environment for buyers. It mathematically invalidates standard bullish continuation setups that might appear on lower timeframes. The daily macro bias is firmly short. Taking long positions in this environment means fighting a dominant institutional-grade downtrend. This is the 1-hour chart of the Nasdaq. Zooming into this timeframe allows us to assess how the market behaves during brief counter-trend rallies. Look at this specific failed rally. The price action pushed upward, but hit a hard ceiling precisely at the upper Bollinger Band near 26,379. Notice the confluence here. That upper Bollinger Band overlaps perfectly with the descending 50-period moving average, creating a heavy institutional sell zone that capped the advance. We confirm this resistance failure by checking the KJJ indicator below. The lines are rolling over from the overbought zone, confirming this move is a lower high in a downtrend, not a structural reversal. When we drop down to the 15-minute chart, we can see the raw execution-level momentum following that 1-hour rejection. The order flow here is aggressively one-sided. Towering sell-side volume spikes entirely dominate this lower time frame. The bearish mechanics are clear. Price is continually pinned to the lower Bollinger Band, steadily riding it downward as sellers maintain total control. These lower timeframes perfectly mirror macro weakness. Rallies are simply mean reversion anomalies. In this structure, they should be viewed strictly as short entry opportunities. Now that we understand the extreme weakness in the overarching index, we can pivot to the localized shock event in SK Hynix. This is the 1-hour chart for SK Hynix. It visualizes the sheer scale of the structural damage inflicted right at the open. This is a catastrophic 9.32. There is no upward curl, which mathematically negates any immediate hope of a V-shaped recovery. Because of this massive gap, near-term historical reference points are invalidated. The asset has plunged into a highly volatile state of pure price discovery. To forensically search for where the market might be attempting to establish a new floor, we drop to the 15-minute chart for SK Hynix. We can map a localized, flat consolidation channel forming right around the 152.350 level. However, this is merely a temporary pause in selling, not a confirmed base. If you look at the RSI indicator at the bottom, it is registering heavily oversold conditions on this timeframe. But we have to contrast that oversold RSI with the MACD. Notice the complete absence of bullish momentum divergence. The histogram remains flat and neutral, without any upward thrust. This creates a classic retail trap. Novice traders will buy an asset purely based on flat consolidation and an oversold RSI, completely ignoring the heavy macro downtrend pressing against them. The technical reality is unforgiving. Flat price action combined with flat momentum at the absolute lows is a resting phase, typically preceding a secondary breakdown. The total lack of aggressive institutional buying, proved by the missing momentum divergence, means this current floor is likely an illusion waiting to break. We can now synthesize the relationship between the Nasdaq macro environment and the micro setup on SK Hynix. An individual asset cannot sustain a structural recovery, while the overarching index provides zero macro tailwinds. The broader market's weight will simply crush localized support. This proves why isolated indicators like an oversold RSI generate false positive signals on the dominant macro trend is ignored. During periods of high beta price discovery, attempting to trade the dead cat bounce carries severe downside risk. Analyzing a battered asset in a vacuum without demanding top-down, multi-timeframe confluence directly leads to fatal execution errors. To navigate this environment, we must define strict, non-negotiable technical requirements before ever taking a long position. Requirement 1. Price must conclusively break and hold above its dynamic resistance. Specifically, it must reclaim the 20 and 50-period moving averages on the execution timeframes. Requirement 2. This structural price break must be accompanied by concurrent, confirmed bullish divergence on the MACD. Both of these conditions must occur simultaneously. This is the only way to confirm that institutional absorption has actually replaced institutional distribution. Until multi-timeframe confluence and momentum divergence are actively achieved on the chart, the path of least resistance remains strictly down. In this structural breakdown, capital preservation is paramount.